Hey there, beautiful souls, and welcome back to Philosophies for Life, the podcast where we dive deep into ancient wisdom and modern insights to help you live a more fulfilling, meaningful life. I'm your host, and I'm so thrilled to have you here with me today. If you're new to the show, welcome to the family. We're all about uncovering timeless truths and practical lessons that can light up even the darkest corners of our lives. So grab a cozy spot, maybe a cup of tea, and let's embark on this journey together. Today, we're exploring a profound story from Buddhist teachings, a tale of a wise old monk and his young disciple. It's a story that's been passed down through generations, and it carries a powerful message about the law of karma, the impact of our actions, and the beauty of compassion. This isn't just a story from a distant past. It's a mirror to our own lives, reflecting how the seeds we sow today shape the harvest of tomorrow. In a world that often feels chaotic and uncertain, this story reminds us of the quiet power we hold to create ripples of goodness. So let's dive in and see what wisdom awaits us. Let's start with the heart of this story. Picture this. An old Buddhist monk, a man of immense wisdom and spiritual depth, lives in a humble hut in the forest with his young disciple. This monk has a rare gift. During deep meditation, he can glimpse into the future. One day, as he meditates, he sees a heartbreaking vision. In 8 days, his beloved disciple will pass away. Imagine the weight of that knowledge. Instead of burdening the young man with this truth, the monk, with a heavy heart, grants him a 7-day leave to visit his family. "Go, my child," he says gently, "but be back by the evening of the 8th day." The disciple, unaware of the monk's foresight, is overjoyed to see his loved ones and promises to return on time. On his journey, something beautiful happens. As the disciple walks along a riverbank, he notices a colony of ants near the water's edge. He sees the river rising slowly, threatening to drown these tiny creatures. Without a second thought, he takes off his robe, fills it with soil, and builds a protective barrier around the ants' nest. He even carves a small channel to divert the water back to the river. It's a small act, but one filled with immense compassion. He saves thousands of lives that day, then continues on his way. Now fast forward to the 8th day. The old monk sits in the ashram, consumed by sorrow, believing his disciple has already left this world. But then, as the sun dips low, a figure appears on the horizon. It's the disciple, alive and well. The monk is stunned. How could this be? He asks the young man to recount everything that happened during his journey. When the disciple shares the story of saving the ants, the monk's face lights up with understanding. He murmurs, almost to himself, karma always returns." And in that moment, the truth crystallizes. The disciple's act of kindness created a ripple effect, granting him a longer, happier life. Let's pause here and reflect on a powerful quote from Buddhist teachings that echoes this story. Do not overlook tiny good actions, thinking they are of no benefit. Even tiny drops of water in the end will fill a huge vessel. This is from the Dhammapada, a collection of the Buddha's sayings, and it reminds us that no act of kindness is ever too small. Just like those drops of water, every good deed adds up, shaping not just our lives but the world around us. Another gem, often attributed to the Dalai Lama, fits so beautifully here. If you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion. Isn't that profound? Compassion isn't just a gift to others, it's a gift to ourselves. Now let's unpack the deeper philosophy behind this story. At its core, it's about karma, the universal law of cause and effect. Karma isn't some mystical punishment or reward system. It's simply the energy we put out into the world coming back to us, often magnified. The disciples' act of saving the ants wasn't done for recognition or gain. It was pure, selfless compassion. And yet, that single act shifted his destiny. This teaches us something vital about life. Our actions matter. Whether it's a kind word, a helping hand, or even a smile, every choice we make sends out a vibration that eventually circles back. This connects to so many aspects of our lives. Spiritually, it reminds us to act with mindfulness, knowing that we're part of a larger web of existence. Emotionally, doing good lifts our spirits. Think about how you feel when you help someone. There's a warmth, a sense of connection. Even in relationships, small acts of kindness can heal wounds and build trust. And financially? Well, generosity often opens unexpected doors. I've seen it in my own life. When I've given without expecting anything in return, opportunities have somehow found their way to me. It's like the universe conspires to say, hey, keep going. So how can we apply this wisdom practically? Let's make it real. First, start small. You don't need to save a colony of ants or perform grand gestures. Maybe it's holding the door for someone, listening to a friend who's struggling, or even picking up litter in your neighborhood. These tiny acts of kindness build a habit of compassion. Second, be intentional. Before you act, ask yourself, is this coming from a place of love or fear? Let love guide you. And third, let go of expectations. The disciple didn't save the ants hoping for a reward. He just did it because it felt right. When we act without attachment to outcomes, that's when the magic of karma truly unfolds. I want to share a quick story from my own life to illustrate this. A few years ago, I was having a rough day. Work stress, personal doubts, the works. I stopped at a coffee shop, feeling pretty low, and noticed the barista looked even more tired than I felt. Instead of just ordering and moving on, I struck up a small conversation, asked how her day was, and left a little extra tip with a note saying, "You've got this." It wasn't much, but her smile, it lit up my entire day. And guess what? Later that week, a random act of kindness came my way when a stranger helped me with a flat tire. Coincidence? Maybe. But I like to think it's karma's little wink. As we wrap up, let's hold on to the essence of this story. Life isn't always predictable, and we can't control everything. But we can control how we show up in the world. The old monk's words, "Karma always returns," aren't just a statement, they're a call to action. Every day, we have the chance to plant seeds of kindness, and trust me, those seeds grow into something beautiful. So I invite you to reflect. What's one small act of compassion you can do today? Maybe it's a kind word, a helping hand, or just being present for someone. Whatever it is, do it with an open heart. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Philosophies for Life. If this story touched you, share it with someone who might need a little inspiration. And remember, you're not just listening to a podcast. You're part of a community that believes in the power of goodness. Until next time, keep shining, keep loving, and keep planting those seeds of kindness. I'll see you soon. Take care, my friends.